Hello everybody. Well, hope you're having a good week so far. Well, today we're continuing our look at the Hammer Dracula movies with Dracula Has Risen from the grave. So, here we go. The story opens in 1905 in an East European village. A young altar boy makes his way up to the bell tower. He's about to ring the bell when blood drips on his cheek from above. He climbs into the bell chamber, where he discovers the corpse of a young woman crammed inside the church bell, another victim of Dracula. Oh no! A year later, in 1906, following the events of the previous film, Dracula has been destroyed. Monsignor Ernest Mueller comes to the village on a routine visit, only to find the altar boy is now a frightened mute, and the priest has lost his faith. The villagers refuse to attend Mass at the Catholic Church because the shadow of Dracula's castle touches it. To bring an end to the villagers' fears, Mueller climbs the castle to exorcise it. Gee, I wonder how well that's going to go. The terrified priest follows only part way up the mountain as Mueller continues alone. As he exorcises the castle, attaching a large metal cross to its gate, a thunderstorm occurs. The priest flees, stumbles, and is knocked unconscious when his head strikes a rock. The blood from the head wound trickles into a frozen stream through a crack in the ice and onto the lips of Count Dracula, reviving him. Mueller returns to the village, reassures the villagers, and returns to his home city, Kanenburg, where he lives with his widowed sister-in-law, Anna. Unknown to Mueller, Dracula takes control of the priest. Furious that his castle is now barred to him, Dracula forces the enslaved priest to reveal the name of the exorcist. The priest desecrates the coffin to provide a sleeping place for the count, and leads Dracula to Kanenburg, where the count determines to take his revenge on Mueller's beautiful niece, Maria. Why? Dracula enslaves Zina, the tavern girl. Zina, spelled with a Z instead of an X, almost succeeds in bringing Maria under Dracula's power, but Maria's boyfriend, Paul, who lives and works in the bakery beneath the tavern, rescues her. Dracula punishes Zina by killing her. Dracula orders the priest to burn Zina's corpse in the bakery ovens before she turns into a vampire. Okay. The priest then helps Dracula locate Maria. Dracula climbs over the rooftops of nearby buildings, enters Maria's room, and bites her. Oh no! Mueller enters Maria's room just after Dracula has bitten the girl and pursues the fleeing figure across the rooftops. He is knocked down by the priest. Paul, also in pursuit of the attacker, discovers Mueller, who with his dying breath begs Paul to help. Paul enlists the priest. Unable to break free from Dracula's influence, the priest attacks Paul one night as they watch over Maria. Paul defeats the priest and forces him to lead the way to Dracula's lair. They try to take Dracula through the heart, but the faithless priest and the atheist Paul cannot complete the rite. They believe Dracula is dead, but the count wakes after they leave and removes the stake himself. He kidnaps Maria and flees to Castle Dracula, pursued by Paul and the priest. At the castle, Dracula orders Maria to remove the cross from the door. She throws it over the parapet into the ravine below. Paul fights Dracula on the parapet and throws him over the side. Dracula is impaled on the cross. The priest, free from the vampire's influence, recites the Lord's Prayer and Count Dracula perishes, dissolving into dust. And Dracula was never seen again or heard from ever again. Reunited with Maria and having apparently regained his Christian faith, Paul crosses himself after viewing Dracula's remains. Oh, and such a happy end to the franchise. Or is it? Yeah, I doubt that because we still got a couple more left to go. So yeah, anyway, let's look at some production notes here. This Hammer Dracula production was shot at Pinewood Studios, situated in Ivor Heath, Buckinghamshire, approximately 32 kilometers, 20 miles west of central London. Notably missing are the approach road, coach path, and moats seen in front of Castle Dracula in 1958's Dracula and 1966's Dracula Prince of Darkness. Those films were made at Bray Studios. The film was photographed by Arthur Grant using colored filters belonging to director Freddie Francis, also a cameraman by trade, who used them when photographing The Innocents. Whenever Dracula or his castle is in a scene, the frame edges are tinged crimson, amber, and yellow. Initially, Terence Fisher was to direct the film, but dropped out due to illness. Freddie Francis stepped in. In Australia, this was the first Hammer of Dracula to be passed by the censors. The previous films Dracula and Dracula Prince of Darkness were banned. Why? The film was slightly censored and ran for a 3-week season at Sydney's Capitol Theatre in January 1970. Nice. So overall, this is a pretty interesting movie, and yeah, I do kind of wish Peter Cushing was in this, even just for a cameo, but still would have been cool. So, overall, I give Dracula Has Risen from the Grave 4 jack-o'-lanterns out of 5. Well, join me tomorrow as we taste the blood of Dracula. I wonder what that's going to taste like. Anyway, so, until tomorrow, peace.